Welcome back, everyone. This is part 3 of the King's Castle. King James along with Flair Chopin.
Hello.
And tonight we're breaking down Raw and SmackDown for the week, as well as giving you all the latest Summerslam info.
And gossip.
And I do have some news of a couple other title matches that were added to the card this week. On Raw, we will see the women's champion, the new women's champion, Sasha Banks, defend her title against the former champion, Charlotte. Now, I gotta say, this is gonna be an instant classic in my opinion.
Whoa!
Because, if you ask me, these two, Charlotte and Sasha, have really put the women's division on the map in the past several months.
It's a legacy match.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something else. I have to wonder, though, if Charlotte is letting the fact that she's no longer the champion get to her, because she practically begged for her father, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, to come back and be in her corner this past week. But I'll tell you, I don't know if that's going to work, because as we documented a couple of months ago, she totally disrespected him on national television. So, if you were in Flair's position, would you come back? Even if it was your own daughter in the ring?
I don't think so.
You don't?
No, I mean, I think when someone disrespects you like that, and it's clear, in her case, Charlotte's case, that she kind of wants to make her own legacy. And that
she's getting kind of cocky, obviously.
And then she thinks that her father being around is impeding that legacy. So if I was Flair, I would not come back to support her.
Yeah.
But I would come back in another way.
What?
And that is to teach her a lesson, which I think Ric Flair will do. I think Ric Flair will interfere against his daughter.
Well, I think stranger things have happened, but Ric Flair, my friend, I think your daughter, in this case, Charlotte, needs to stand on her own 2 feet. So if you know what's good for her and her legacy, make her do this on her own. Stay here in Charlotte. Don't go to Brooklyn, because
I think he needs to go.
Something is going to go badly wrong.
Rick, don't listen to the king. The king's, this woman disrespected you, Rick, after you had done so much for her. And you need to go in there in your robe and just go in there and hit her with the steel chair.
What?
And then maybe after she loses the title, she'll appreciate you more, Nate.
I cannot believe you're condoning a father hitting someone with a steel chair, especially that nature. Blair Chopin, something is badly wrong with your head, Sonny.
Not only am I condoning it, I think it's probably going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be a steel chair, but Rick is going to do something or another that's going to cost her this match. You do not disrespect the Nature Boy like that. You can respect him, but not disrespect him.
Without question. But I'll tell you another thing. We also found out that from SmackDown, The Miz will defend his Intercontinental Championship against the young upstart Apollo Crews. And yes, it is Apollo Crews, not Apollo Creed, as Daniel Bryan pointed out on SmackDown this past Tuesday.
Thanks, Daniel, for that. Because I was just about to make a joke about that.
By the way, Daniel, just so you understand, Apollo Creed was a fictional movie star boxer.
Very famous. Might be the second most famous fictional boxing star ever. Behind Rocky.
So I gotta ask you this question. We know The Miz has a tendency to be very cocky, and obviously his wife Maurice is going to be in his corner. But to get this opportunity, Apollo Crews had to had to win a triple threat against Kalisto and Baron Corbin.
Absolutely.
So, do you think Apollo Crews has a shot here? Because he's only been in the main roster for going on 6 months.
You know, I kind of feel better about this one than I do the Finn Balor one.
Really?
Because The Miz has kind of been a meddling superstar for a while. He's just
What do you mean by that?
He's just been kind of this mid-card guy who's there to be there, and he's not at the heights that he used to be. I think it's fair to say. And no offense to The Miz, I love The Miz and Mizdow. And
By the way,
wish Mizdow was back.
It's Sandow.
I know.
Because he lost the right to use the name Mizdow.
He should. That was my favorite part of the WWE, though.
Yeah.
Him mimicking The Miz.
Yeah, you can see all that footage on the WWE Network for only $9.99.
Or YouTube for free. But, yeah, I think it's think it's more beneficial for the company for someone else to win the Intercontinental title other than Miz. And this Apollo Creed guy.
It's Cruz, not Creed.
Apollo Ted Cruz. I like Apollo Ted Cruz's chances. He's going to go up there and he's not going to endorse The Miz at all.
No.
And he's going to win.
I will say, I think The Miz is very arrogant, but he isn't, no pun intended, and I'm sorry, Miz, but you are an awesome talker, but you're not a good wrestler.
Yeah. Well, it's rare, that you get someone who has an awesome personality combined with being a really technical, really good wrestler.
Exactly.
Usually the guys have a mix of the two. But it seems to me like The Miz has all the personality and little of the wrestling ability, right?
It seems that way to me, too. So we'll see where that goes come SummerSlam. But when we come back, we're going to continue a little something that we started last week, so stay right there.
By the way,